Hello there people, My Space Secrets again. Good morning, wherever you are. Hope you are well. Well, I must say that I do have a very interesting message for you today. And I thought with what's going on in the world at the moment, it's quite critical to get this message out to my listeners. Thank you for sticking with me. To my subscribers, thank you for watching. To everyone else that comes along here and watches these videos and listens to my messages, thank you. If you're a bit unsure, I am guessing at about now you're starting to get the big picture on what I'm doing here and what this channel is all about and why I'm here helping, and what is really behind my messages is what I'm trying to say. But just so you know, preparedness is the key, because what we are faced here at the moment is what could be described as a double whammy with the weakening economy, and also if you've seen what's happening with this flu scare, it's quite alarming. And I mean, it really was sus for me, the market continuing up with all this fake news, the so-called stress tests and all the rest of it. Today in the Wall Street Journal, former Merrill Lynch chief executive John Thain told interviewers that Bank of America was making inaccurate statements about its role in bonuses and losses that were going on over at Merrill Lynch. Now, I'm guessing that it's not the last we will hear about this, but it just goes to show you that's the inside information coming out of Wall Street. And I'm guessing hear about this. Very interesting to say the least. But, you know, that's small news for now. I think what we must concentrate on today, and I think it's very important with what the US and other parts of the world are dealing with, something much bigger at the moment, and that's the flu, the swine flu that's going around at the moment. It looks like oil and the market did take a bit of a hit today, but at the time I recorded this, the virus has actually killed more than 100 people in Mexico, and the infections have been reported in the United States and Canada, with possible cases in Europe and Israel and all throughout the world. If you want to have a look, what I've got up on the screen at the moment is a look at the latest map, just to get a picture, the overall picture of what is happening and how far this flu has spread already. Now, the World Health Organization has declared this flu or swine flu a public health emergency of international concern that could become more of a problem than just, you know, the common cold. But I feel that they are not telling you the whole picture with this situation. And like I said, it's Mexico that seems to be the epicenter of the outbreak, where as many as, you know, over 100 deaths are now reported. There could even be more, they're saying. But I must say that I'm pretty troubled by this swine flu thing, and you must know that it's actually a very serious situation. Why? Probably not at the moment, but I think further on down the track, I know that this situation will turn into something very serious, very fast, somewhere down the track. So this is my warning to you. With little notice, entire communities and cities can be shut down, and this flu is going to actually spread more quickly than they're letting out. And there's not going to be any reason or rhyme to the areas that it's spreading to. And I think something as serious as like a pandemic, we're not in that area yet, but I think a worldwide pandemic will break out soon, somewhere down the track. And it will probably happen before the end of this year, likely within maybe the next few months or sometime through the US summer. And eventually you will see entire parts of different countries that will be closed off. Yes, quarantine, there'll probably be roadblocks everywhere. Law enforcement, military will start guarding these roadblocks and all sorts of things. And you're going to see more people walking around with surgical masks and gloves. And a lot of people that'll be taking, you know, vitals and temperature of people in the street. And it's going to be very strict with who they let in and out of certain areas. And you're obviously going to see, you know, like schools being closed, malls closed, many businesses where people won't start going to work. There's going to be large groups of people that are simply just going to be asked to stay at home so the problem doesn't get worse. And I think if this happens, it's only natural that airlines will start halting flights and things like that. But I do see something like the military called into cities to help enforce these quarantines that will start coming in. Now, I don't want to cause any panic, but it's safe to say to everyone out there now listening to this message just to be cautious. If in fact what I'm thinking might happen it's going to get worse. You're going to see hundreds of stores and gas stations, offices and banks start to close. And you're going to see that it's almost going to feel like a major holiday. And there's going to be very few cars on the street, mostly just emergency, police and military vehicles. So with that being said, it is crucial. That's probably not going to happen just yet, maybe further on down the track. So it is important for you to get a few weeks worth of supplies of groceries and living essentials, as I believe that there's going to be maybe pockets of quarantines here and there, and depending on where you live in the world, you may be asked or even forced to hunker down a little bit for a little while. And I think for now there's a lot going on that we are not being told about this flu, the whole lot, not the true story. So if you're sitting at home and wondering what you can do, the most important thing is to get your body in peak condition. Make sure that you try to boost your immunity system now, vitamin C, vitamin B. If you're feeling a little bit ill, then get to a doctor. Don't wait until it's too late. This is a very grave situation. The worst thing about this situation is the extensive quarantines in the US and around the world that could go on. I'm not saying they will, I'm saying they could, but this will also further add to the economic demise and the collapse of the worldwide systems. Trade, travel and all that will be limited, and people not allowed in certain places except for medical care and possible shopping for food items. It's going to hurt really, really bad. And if this doesn't happen in the short term, like I said, I still see this happening somewhere down the track before the end of the year. I need to get this message out. I will repeat myself. Apologize if I do, but I think that again, stocking up on some essential items would not be a silly idea right now. If you feel like you might be affected, as I expect quarantines to result out of this, and it seems that this virus could even spread by air, but you can spread viruses by touch and things like that, personal contact. If people then touch their eyes or mouth and carry or sneeze into their hands, it is important for you to use extra careful hygiene. Build up your immunity system, be cautious, smart about how you go about things, but don't be fearful. Be cautious, but not fearful. That's it for now. Please, like I said, no panicking. Just get some supplies, take some precautions, be safe. As always, I will talk to you very soon and give you some updates. For now, be safe, and I'll talk to you all very soon.